We're at the High Etherley Kennels on the edge of Bishop Auckland of Sunderland trainer Paul Miller, one of the busiest handlers at the Wearside track. But it's not all about racing for Paul. He likes to have a litter of pups on the ground every year. And behind me, a very boisterous 4-month-old litter by Blackstone Jean out of Elwick Sakha. Hopefully coming to the RPG TV screens near you in the coming years. So Paul, we've just seen a lovely litter of pups that you've got on the ground out there, and that's more and more important for you.
At the minute, it is at the minute. We've got to try and bring a litter through every year to try and... The cost of greyhounds now is just going up and up and up. So we're trying to breed a litter a year, yeah.
And you've got the obvious great way to school them, because you can bring them on through the grades at Sunderland.
Sunderland's ideal, excellent, so it doesn't matter if they're A1, open class, A8, we can use them. So it's not like, you know, they're there. And we've still got pups what are 5-year-old now, what we've bred, so we need them.
So you've been here for around a dozen years, you were telling us?
12 years in June we've been here, yeah. And
you started off, though, in greyhound racing. It was a hobby.
It was a hobby with my dad. My dad started us off, my dad got a licence and we went on to Middlesbrough. That's how it kicked off, yeah.
Remember a great greyhound called Bear Sting?
Yeah, that's Bear Sting. It was a brilliant dog. We didn't know what we had at the time because we were green as grass, but I wish I had him now.
And then eventually, I think the opportunity came for a move to Brough Park, Newcastle as it is now.
Yes, Alan Hutton let us go on to Newcastle, well, Brough Park at the time. It took us a while to go on, 2 or 3 months, wanted to see us trialling dogs, see how good the dogs were. When I got on there, I wasn't there too long, so...
That's because you almost got headhunted, I think, by Sunderland.
I was. Jimmy Nunn, and we knew Jimmy Nunn were Bear Sting with it open, so Jimmy phoned us up, and it was hard because Alan had let us go on to Newcastle, Brough Park, but the money was better at Sunderland, and Sunderland's where I'm from, so there was no hesitation. It was a phone call from Jimmy, and
Jimmy asked you, could you provide 30 greyhounds for the racing strength? You said yes straight away, and then decided, how were you going to go about doing it?
Well, I realised we only had 12 in the kennel. So it was a quick, the house went up for sale. Luckily, this property come up at the time, trainer packing in, so it was lucky, it just all fell into place, it was meant to be.
And of course, the regular viewers of RPG TV will be used to hearing that the Cheaper Bag of Sweets syndicates had another winner. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, the Cheaper Bag of Sweets started as the bigger bag of sweets, and what happened is why it started as the bigger bag. It moved to the cheaper bag because I don't know what somebody bought us in the cheaper bag, a bag of sweets. It was just a cheap bag. And now, if you need to join the syndicate, you're welcome to join it. But you need to bring us a bag of sweets.
And it's a very informal thing, and you're telling us that a lot of people are in there, and people don't even know they're involved.
There's a lot of people involved in the syndicate at Sunderland. A lot of owners in. People don't realise how many people down there have got dogs. But because they like to keep it just to themselves, which is fair enough for me.
But you're saying down the line, you're actually now considering going down the syndicate route because you've had a lot more interest since Sunderland started appearing on the channel.
Yeah, definitely, we're getting more interest, more phone calls. Syndication's big. It's a big thing, and we need to get into it. Yes, so we're definitely looking at that. Definitely.
And Sunderland's a very busy track. In action plenty of times a week. How do you find that?
We find out good because we've got good staff. And I've got staff working. If I tried to do the track 5 days a week, I would struggle. But I've got people who go, and I'm here, the kennels, I've got Andrew, I've got my wife, I've got my daughter. So it's everybody mucks in. You know, I've got good staff. And if you haven't got good staff, you're knackered.
And over the years, you've built up your kennel strength. You've got how many greyhounds do you have here at the moment?
I have about 78 down there, the 80 dogs, so about 78, I think, at the minute.
And you certainly had a crack at the open race scene, but you've just taken a little bit of a back step from...
I've stepped back from because we know I can't afford to go out and spend £10,000 to £15,000 a dog. I've had owners spend £10,000 to £15,000 a dog, and we haven't just quite got that top dog what you need. So I call it chasing the dream, and at the minute I'm not chasing the dream.
But you're not going to rule out chasing that?
No, we definitely want a better dog. We've sat for a few years now with a graded side, which has been great. but I'm looking for a better dog now, definitely.